Yes, any volunteer for reading? Hare Krishna. Welcome to Amrut Vani program. His Grace Rupavilas Prabhuji will be giving the Amrut Vani, and Rupamshi Sharma Mataji will be reading Nama Amrita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Even though he was sinful, Ajmala's casual chanting was inoffensive because it was not performed to counteract his sinful activities. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary to texts 9 and 10 of this chapter form a dialogue concerning how one can become free from all sinful reactions simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Ajmila had named his son Narayana, and because he loved the boy very much, he would call him again and again. Although he was calling for his son, the name itself was powerful because the name Narayan is not different from the Supreme Lord Narayan. When Ajmila named his son Narayan, all the reaction of his sinful life were neutralized, and as he continued calling his son and thus chanting the holy name of Narayan thousands of times, he was actually unconsciously advancing in Krishna consciousness. One may argue, since he was constantly chanting the name of Narayan, how was it possible for him to be associating with the prostitute and thinking of wine? By his sinful action, he was bringing suffering upon himself again and again. And therefore, one may say that his ultimate chanting of Narayan was the cause of his being free. However, his chanting would then have been a name aprad. Namo bulad yasya one who continues to act sinful One who continues to act sinfully and tries to neutralize his sin by chanting the holy name of the Lord is an amaprad, an offender to the holy name. In response, it may be said that Ajmila's chanting was inoffensive because he did not chant the name of Narayan with the purpose of counteracting his sin. He did not know that he was addicted to sinful action, nor did he know that his chanting of the name of Narayan was neutralizing them. Then he did not commit a namaprad, and his repeated chanting of the holy name of the Narayan while calling his son may be called pure chanting. Because of this pure chanting, Ajmila unconsciously accumulated the result of bhakti. Indeed, even his first utterance of the body holy name was sufficient to nullify all the sinful reactions of his life. To cite a logical example, a fig tree does not immediately yield fruit, but in time the fruits are available. Similarly, Ajmila's devotional service grew little by little, and therefore, although he committed very sinful act, the reaction did not affect him. In the Shastras, it is said that if one chants the holy name of the Lord even once, the reactions of past, present, or future sinful did not affect him. To give another example, if one extracts the poison fangs of a serpent, this saves from serpent's future victim from poisonous effects, even if the serpent bites repeatedly. Similarly, if a devotee chants the holy name even once inoffensively, this protects him eternally. He need only wait for the result of the chanting to mature in due course of time. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.2, Hare Krishna, supplementary note. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Radharas Bihari Bhagwan ki jai, Lalitas Vishakha Mata ki jai, गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, गौरांग महाप्रभु की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय, हिज गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय, संवेद भक्तवृंद की जय, मॉर्निंग चैंटिंग प्रोग्राम की जय. So again and again, yeah, the story of Ajamil is coming. And how come that if his all sins were destroyed, then why he was repeatedly doing the sins? Since this entire incident of Ajamil in Srimad Bhagavatam is just to narrate the power of the holy name. that how if a sinful action, sinful person, knowing unknowingly takes the holy name without offense. He was calling his son Narayan, oh Narayan, out of lovingly he was calling Narayan. So when he was calling Narayan, his sukritis were increasing. And because of that sukriti, Lord arranged a situation in his life. So similarly, when a person chants, a situation will be arising in his life where one turning point will come and he will leave everything, all the things in the past, and he will progress further. We see that incidents was the hellish people were coming and taking him back. And that time, Lord arranged him the darshan of the Vaikuntha people. And that incident, because of that punya, sukriti, had helped him to leave his past sinful lives. So when we are chanting, you will get association of the devotees. You will get, the knowledge. You will get Lord's Vigraha. You will get Bhagavatam. You will get association. And that will help you to leave the situation, sinful situation, like Ajamil left it. Lord also from inside will help you to give knowledge that what he is doing is wrong. Why? Because he has chanted. And it is said when you take the holy name, the most important thing that happens is that Lord gets attracted. Lord attention is over towards you. And once Lord attention is towards you, he will arrange a situation in your life, some or other, where you will be forced to leave the wrong things in your life. And you will divert towards him. And that's what happens in the Ajamil life. He left everything. He went to Haridwar, and there he sincerely chanted 20 years the holy name, and then he went back to the spiritual world. So yes, sinful reactions are destroyed, there is no doubt. But to invoke the bhakti up to 100% level, we have to associate with the devotees, serve the devotees, and join the mission. And then it is possible to go back. See, minus, one stage is minus, then one stage is 0, and then one stage is 100. So Ajamil came from minus to 0 by chanting the holy name. But after 20 years of chanting in Haridwar, his 100% bhakti was completed, and then he was taken back. So there are 3 processes: Nam Aparad, Nam Abhas, and Shuddha Nam. So when we are chanting, we should try to reach to the Shuddha Nam Japa by chanting more and more, more and more, more and more the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, morning chanting program ki jai, Samveta Bhakta